Born to lose, built to win.
Many men.
I've been doing music for about 8, 9 years. The reason why I started doing music is that when I was young, I always found it difficult to express myself. And it wasn't just physically or emotionally, it was mentally too. I have ADHD, ADD, I have PTSD as well. And dealing with those things, it was often difficult. I found that sports didn't do it for me. I played basketball for 8 years. I did track and field, sponsored for downhill mountain biking. But those weren't, yeah, those like kind of were more so my interest, but they didn't really satisfy me at the end of the day. Physically, I was exhausted, but mentally, my mind was going a million miles a minute. Like I get sidetracked like quite a bit, and I didn't know how to really help myself. So like a lot of the times I more so leaned on music because I just really I liked the beat. I liked how it was more more in touch with what I was really looking for. Like different beats made me feel a different type of way, and I couldn't deny that at all. And I always enjoyed music. My sister brought me up with hip hop and introduced me to Akon and Tupac and Biggie Smalls and those people, and Bone Thugs and Harmony. And I don't know, I just really just dove into that because I liked the story that they had. And little did I know that entering this life, I would somewhat have the same story. And that was the kicker for me because I was really good at rhyming and in language arts, and I was good at mathematics, but I wasn't book smart. I was an average kid, but I had different traits than other kids, and everybody's different. And that's fine with me. But once I really started diving into music at around 12, 13 years old is when I started producing. I got the program GarageBand on my Mac computer, and then I rented equipment from Long and McQuaid. And doing that was probably the best, the most beneficial thing to my life because honestly, I don't know where I would be at. My music is my life, so what I write about has happened to me, or it's a dream that I had, or something like that. And I was out of the house at a young age. I was out when I was 14, 15 years old, and yeah, it was rough. I wouldn't take that back for a minute. That's exactly what I needed to go through, though. That's who made me who I am today. I slept outside. I did that. I lived a different life. And no one could tell me what to do or tell me how to do it or where to go and find it. I had to be my own resource. And yeah, my parents brought me up fine. I was in church till I was 12 years old. And that was completely fine with me. And it's not that everything looks fine because yeah, in a picture we all look happy and fine, but behind closed doors is what is the real issue, and that's when things really hit home and get real. And that's the thing that I really needed to decide for myself is it's not how long I've known someone, it's how many times they've been there for me that counts. Because you really start thinking and evaluating yourself and others around you, and you realize who's calling you up just to do nothing? Who's expecting things from you and not giving back? And I'm not saying that you have to expect everything back that you give out, because then what's really a favor? So I really had to think about who was with me, who wanted the same idea, and a lot of people didn't. A lot of people wanted what I had, and that's kind of what I went through. Is that I got screwed over in different areas, and it was not nice. It's not pleasant, but what makes me who I am today, and I think that's why I'm so black and white with things, because it either is or it isn't. Like, I didn't come here to lose. I'm not here to play games. Like, I stopped on the playground when I was 7 years old. So, like, let's get real here and stop, and stop playing around. I'm tired of it. So, like, having that ambition and knowing that I was on the verge of success and failure every single day, like, made me. I needed that. I wake up for that every moment. I live, eat, breathe, and sleep music. And that's how I express myself. If I didn't, I don't know how I would do that. So I don't know, after making music for a while and like putting out some mixtapes and stuff, I ended up joining up with a group called Cash Game, and we did shows around Alberta. Sylvan Lake, we got sponsored by Chad Smoke Shop. There was a song feature with Mad Child. We performed with Mocha Only. We did ended up leading to the Dope Sick tour for Mad Child. We performed at Union. We were the opening act, and there was like over 3,000 people at this show. And the scale of this show it was really surprising. Like, everybody's here for music, and that's the thing that I crave with music, is that it's like when I was a kid, I had trouble being heard. So now I'm on stage. Now I got the mic. Now look who's listening, right? Now I get my point of view heard and people's reaction. Like, I've had different people come up to me and be like, man, like, I really like that song that you made. Like, it really made me think of something in a different way, and like you are really what you write about. Like, there's no switch between your music and who you are. That is who you are, and I think that's the most important. That's the most important thing, is that you got to stay true to yourself in a sense. So after being involved with Cash Game, I ended up going independently, and shortly after I was out in Kamloops just visiting, and I ended up meeting a promoter there and opening for Snack the Ripper for a South Bomb tour, and that went so well, the live show and the show at Cactus Jack, so they ended up offering me to come back there, and so I opened for Evil Ebenezer and Mercules and basically the whole South Bomb crew. So now people did know who I was, and so after doing those shows, I took a break for a bit, focused on the rudiments of music. Writing, performing, production, and like, I produced my own music. I edited my own vocals. I was the one hitting record and running back to my mic and then manually quantizing to the decimal of where it needed to be placed, because if anybody's worked for a band, they know you can't press a button. It doesn't work like that. And it's just interesting because there's so many different ways that you can look at music, and it's a big learning curve. If you think you're gonna jump on a system and you're just gonna like know how to record just off one shot, yeah, right. I've done it for 9 years and I'm still wet behind the ears. I've learned so much that I've still learned nothing, because I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and that's fine with me. And I think that success is a lot from failure, and you need to fail to succeed. That's my view at it, because I don't think enough people are even encouraged to fail. One of the positive mentors in my life has definitely been an artist called Mouse. That's who kind of started me off with music. He like turned my poetry into music and really like helped me out. His real name is Jermaine Brooks. He just finished doing a movie with Jennifer Lopez called Lila and Eve, and I'm pretty sure he's the founder of Low G Records. He's out in Florida right now. I've been keeping in contact with him for 9 years, and exactly when I started music until now. And honestly, he's the only person that I keep in contact with that I have known for that long. I don't have Facebook. I don't talk to any of those friends anymore. Why? Because if you're real, you're going to pick up a phone and call me and see what I'm doing. If you're real and you're involved with what I'm doing, then you're going to know what I'm up to. I don't need a bunch of people like peeping Tom on me. I get enough looks every single day. I don't need that. So I think that definitely being involved with music, I knew that after I had those shows that this was my gift. This was my plan. I couldn't see myself being an oil worker. I couldn't see myself working on cars or being a gas attendant or something. I just always felt like, I have a bigger purpose in what I'm doing right now. And it's only if I'm going to make that change, if it's really going to happen. Because at the end of the day, it's just you. You know? Who, at the end of the day, really, everybody goes to sleep in their own bed, everybody gets dressed by themselves, and they drive their own car. So, like, let's see how much you're really a part of if you don't put your foot in a door somewhere. And that's the type of mentality that you have to have. You have to be a go-getter. And I think that, and I don't know, since like having a go-getter mentality is like you don't stop. Like if you can't go under it, you go around it. You can't go over top of it, you go through it. Like you need to have that idea and mentality. And I think with like this upcoming album right now, Born to Lose, Built to Win, that's I think that's a big part of it. Is that it's growth. It's from where I started to where I am now. I was born to lose, but I am built to win, and I know that. And I drive off that every single day because who could stop me? I'm the last person that shouldn't believe in myself. So why should I let someone else tell me different of what I'm doing? I like when people don't like what I'm doing because that means I'm going in the right direction. That's fine with me, and I accept that. I think a lot of people will appreciate your kindness until they're not in the position to receive it. Like they'll say they're real, and then and then you question their loyalty, and they're like, well, again, it's not how long you were there for me; it's how many times you've been there for me. And like I can't even stress enough that this whole trek has just been riveting. I wouldn't take it back for a minute though, because again, that's what made me who I am today, and how I found Center of Arts and Technology. It was honestly a blessing. Like I didn't expect it. I was just like any other music artist. We're all starving. We're all trying to get to this one spot, and I think that people don't understand. If they work together, they can achieve that. But finding people with the same mentality and drive and yeah, I guess mentality is going to help you move forward and just get off the stool and onto the stair set. So I was moved to Kelowna, and I love it here. I really wouldn't want to move anywhere else. The winters are short, the summers are long. I like it here. It's a lot colder. I mean, it's a lot warmer than any other place that I've been. And being here, I was introduced to the Center of Arts and Technology, and finding that, I was like, yes, like a diamond in the rough, because I can elaborate and excel on the skills that I already know how to do. But yeah, it's with a different program. But again, it's on where you're trying to project yourself. If you're just trying to stay locally, cool, man, that's you. You do you. That's fine. But I don't think that I have a limit, and I don't think that anybody else should think that they do either, because I think we're all uniquely, and I think we're individually we're all unique, and we need that.